Coming up on Chapman News, stabbing and violence are on the rise in the OC. Anaheim is the most recent city to be affected.
Plus, Chapman gives students a chance to express their views and experiences with the Syrian civil war.
And we talk with Dr. Fred Caparoso about what students can expect when they study abroad. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back to Chapman News. I'm Addie Briley.
And I'm Rachel Cohen. We've got a jam-packed half hour for you, so let's get started.
On Wednesday evening, students gathered in the Union to hear a panel discuss the ongoing crisis in Syria. The panel was composed of a Chapman Middle Eastern history professor, the founder of a nonprofit, and a Syrian American who all shared their stories on the crisis and its importance in Syria. More than 50% of the population has been displaced. 11 million Syrians have fled their homes, and the global assistance is only enough to support 36% of the population.
How has this gone on for 6 years in just, I don't want to say silence, and people ask me all the time, what can we do, why isn't the world waking up? And today I vented and I said, I think the world's awake. There are a lot of people with aching hearts for Syria. I think we just feel very tied up, very helpless, because there's just a limit to how much power we can enforce because of political and governmental issues.
To help in the ongoing Syrian civil war, you can donate to various organizations like UNICEF and the International Rescue Committee. You can also get involved with simple actions like contacting your representative to help educate your peers.
A surge of violence broke out in Anaheim this week as 2 separate stabbings took place Wednesday night. The first stabbing occurred near the intersection of Anaheim Boulevard and North Street. The victim was taken to a local hospital in stable condition. Authorities have the man they believe is the attacker in custody. The second stabbing occurred behind a Spires restaurant, where officers performed CPR on the victim, who later died as a result of the injuries. A suspect was seen running northbound, and the search for him is still active. Investigators do not think that these 2 stabbings were related.
The holiday season has officially started, and Halloween is almost here. The city of Orange is celebrating in their own special way. Reporter Emily Beal has more on the story.
It's a tradition 20 years in the making. Treats in the Streets in the Orange Plaza, the event that brings families together every year right before Halloween to celebrate in a safe and fun environment for the whole family. The annual event is held the Thursday before Halloween each year. Local vendors and organizations give candy to trick-or-treaters as they strut their stuff and show off their costumes all around the plaza. I took to the streets to see exactly what treats the kids were looking to get this year.
Chocolate. Chocolate? All chocolate? Yeah, we just trick or treat. And I got licorice. Is that your favorite candy? My favorite one is these marshmallows. Favorite candy? I know. My favorite candy is Sour Patch. Mine is these.
Now, if you missed Treats in the Streets this year, don't worry, because the holiday festivities will continue in the city of Orange with the annual Christmas tree lighting on December 6th right here in the plaza. Reporting from the Circle in Orange, I'm Emily Beal for Chapman News.
I cannot get over how cute those kids look.
So cute.
Addie, what do you think you're going to dress up as for Halloween this year?
For Halloween this year, I'm thinking about being Angelina Jolie in Tomb Raider, Lara Croft.
Oh, nice, nice.
What about you?
I think I might just go as a news anchor.
I like it.
Cool. So speaking of news anchors, Megyn Kelly wants to be the $20 million anchor. The lawyer-turned-Fox News host will be a free agent next July. Her news team of agents and publicists say Kelly wants to be Fox News' top-paid star. That translates to north of $20 million, on par with Fox's Bill O'Reilly. Fox is the #1 cable news network, and Kelly hosts one of its most popular shows, The Kelly File. Kelly's brand took off last summer when she feuded with Donald Trump over his treatment of women. Fox boss Rupert Murdoch says the network hopes to sign Kelly, but it's, quote, up to her.
One program Chapman University strongly encourages for students is the Study Abroad program. For students who don't have the opportunity to travel for an entire semester, there are many travel courses offered during interterm and summer.
And today in the studio with us, we have more to talk about these travel opportunities. We have Chapman professor Dr. Fred Caparoso. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Can you start off just by telling us a little bit about the program that you run and how it all got started?
Okay, yeah, the course I teach is Darwin and the Galapagos Islands, and the lab for the course, it's a science course, environmental science, is a trip to the Galapagos Islands, which a lot of people like. It's one of the first chosen destinations for adventure travel now, but it's a great way to teach science. And I got started when I went there to do a documentary film on giant tortoises in 1986. I came back and said, wow, this is fantastic. It'd be great to bring students. And then all of a sudden we decided to start an environmental science program and didn't want to hire new faculty until we saw there was student interest. And so I offered, they said, people have any courses they want to try and offer? And I said, gee, I have a course, Darwin and the Galapagos Islands. And it's been going ever since. So the first group of students went in 1992. And we're pretty much going every year now since 2004, just because the demand is high enough.
Wow. So speaking of student interest, if Addie and I wanted to go on this trip per se, what would an average day in the Galapagos look like? What's the schedule?
Wow. Get up early. I don't tell the students that until we get there, but usually you're so tired at night you go to sleep about 9 because there's no place to go. You're on a boat. We live on the boat, 125-foot cabin cruiser. Typical days we get up and do about a 2-hour hike, taking pictures everywhere because everything has no fear of humans. They're excited to see you. They're curious and come very, very close. Birds, sea lions in the water, everything comes close. So after the hike, we do a snorkel. Same thing in the water. Everything gets close. They're not afraid of you. Snorkeling with penguins on the equator is a very unique experience, which you can do there. I can't guarantee it because, we don't use mechanical penguins, but every single time we've snorkeled with penguins there, which seems to be a highlight for a lot of people.
Wow, that sounds amazing. What kind of reaction have you gotten from the students?
Gee, my teaching evaluations are really good. and honestly, it doesn't have anything to do, I don't think, with me. It's the experience, but I think it's a great way to teach science because a lot of students are not as interested in science. They think they can't do good science, and that's really not true. You just have to be motivated, and it's a motivator. I mean, it's a spectacular situation.
Yeah, well, I can say that a trip to the Galapagos would definitely motivate me, but thank you for coming in the studio today and sharing your trip with us.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Coming up, a major social media platform announced that they will be discontinuing services.
Plus, we speak to several students about their feelings on the upcoming election.
We have some flash flood warnings and rain coming our way this weekend. All the info on all of that and more coming up on Chapman News.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Take your life to new heights. Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead. Follow your dreams. Chapman University. History, philosophy, peace studies, languages. Study abroad and explore the world. Become a global citizen. The Wilkinson College at Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead.
And we're back. The internet is drooling over Microsoft's new all-in-one PC and Apple's redesigned MacBook Pros after both were announced at special events this week. Our resident techie, Robert Rosenfeld, is back to break down both events and tell you what you need to know on the Week in Tech.
Cybersecurity experts are still trying to figure out exactly what caused last week's massive internet outage where some of the top sites on the web were down for hours. Netflix, Spotify, and Amazon were just a couple of the hundreds of websites brought down due to a large-scale attack on a DNS company. The New Hampshire-based company called Dying DNS works as a sort of switchboard for the internet. When someone enters a website domain in their browser, Dying DNS connects that name to the different unique server that houses that website. Hackers sent thousands of bogus requests a second, basically overloading the system. Dying DNS was able to overcome the attack a few hours after it started mid-morning last Friday and is still investigating the attack. The FBI is also involved in the investigation. Apple launched new MacBook Pros this week at their campus in Cupertino, but the event caused little fanfare, mainly because images of the new laptops leaked out publicly earlier this week before their official announcement even happened. The Apple News blog Mac Rumors discovered images in the latest version of the Mac OS operating system beta of what was on Tuesday an unreleased Apple product. The rumors were all but confirmed on Thursday when Apple officially announced the new Macs, touting the rumored Magic Toolbar, as well as Touch ID, Thunderbolt 3, and the latest Intel chipsets. And just a quick fun fact, this event will likely be one of the last events Apple ever held on their current campus in Cupertino. Construction is quickly finishing on Apple Campus 2, and the company plans to move all operations to what many lovingly refer to as the Spaceship Campus in 2017. But hold on there, Apple wasn't the only tech company to announce new hardware this week. Microsoft also held a special event in New York City this week where they talked about upcoming Windows updates, holographic technology, and announced a massive touchscreen monstrosity dubbed the Surface Studio. The 28-inch all-in-one computer packs the latest and greatest technology and sits on what Microsoft calls a zero-gravity hinge, allowing it to tilt and lay almost completely flat. The new computer is targeted at creative professionals and seems to be Microsoft's attempt to go head-to-head with the Apple iMac. The only problem is that they're about 18 years too late. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and that's the Week in Tech.
In a surprise move, Vine has announced that it will be discontinuing service of its mobile application and website platforms. Thursday morning, in a public blog post, the company announced that the mobile app will be discontinued in coming months. Nothing is happening to the app's website or previously created Vines. The website will be kept online to preserve all existing content. Twitter, who acquired Vine in 2012 for $30 million, has not given an official reason for the closure of the app, but it was earlier announced that they were laying off 9% of its workforce after multiple poor financial quarters.
Everyone's wooing the millennials these days, including politicians. But are echo boomers buying what the polls are selling? Our leader, Professor Pete Weitzner, reports from campus.
The mass media wants their eyeballs, merchants want their dollars, and the politicians want their votes. Everyone's looking for millennial love. So we thought we'd focus on millennials' views on politics and public policy this time around. Are they watching the race for president? Will they vote? And if so, why? And would they ever consider running for public office? Have you been paying attention, presidency on down, to the political stuff this year? Saturday Night Live, however you're getting it, have you been paying attention?
I've been trying to, but it's really hard when both the candidates are at the level that they are.
I'm in my own little bubble.
You're busy.
Yes. I, first of all, don't have time, and I'm just kind of fed up with politics at this point, and I feel like it's the same ad over and over again. Yeah, it's kind of hard to kind of distinguish what you should be paying attention to. So I've been trying to, but it kind of can get a little overwhelming.
Will you vote? And if you do plan to vote, what's the one thing that's getting you to the polls, or maybe you've already voted by mail-in? What's the thing that drove you to vote?
So something that I'm very afraid of is Donald Trump. Don't think I'll be voting for president, but I do plan on voting for senators and the rest of the ticket. It's not exactly what I hoped it would be, but I'm still excited to be a part of it.
I am going to vote in November.
How do you feel about Danielle running for office one day?
Not particularly interested in running for office, only because I don't feel like I'm the most qualified person to run for office.
Got some skeletons?
No, no.
By seeing what is happening in this current situation, it has definitely dissuaded me.
Professor Pete joins us on set now. Pete, what's the response that sticks out for you?
Two, on a positive side, they're all going to vote, maybe not enthusiastically. On the negative side, I would say it's that no one wants to run for office, and I think that's scary. Look, we have an election in the city of Orange. There were 5 positions up, first time ever, all running unopposed.
Well, those were some pretty easy races to call.
Yeah, we know we'll win.
But in the next coming up week and a half, Chapman News has a lot more races and topics.
Yeah,
right?
real ones, competitive. And this is going to be your place for election coverage. So rest up, team. We are going to do 3 hours of live election coverage on night of November 8th, 8 to 11 p.m. This is the only place in Orange County for election coverage. Results, interviews, Chapman News, 8 to 11 p.m. You can find us in all the usual places, YouTube Live, Channel 6 here in Orange on Time Warner, Uverse 99, all of LA. It's going to be a memorable night. We've got about 90 years of political experience for our pros, Brett Barbary, Jean Pascoe, and Carolyn Covetti, the former mayor of Orange. And of course, it'll all be manned and womaned by you guys, all student run. So I hope a lot of folks tune in because we'll focus on the local stuff.
Yeah, I hope people tune in as well. I know we're really excited here at Chapman News to put this together.
Memorable night.
Well, thanks, boss.
You bet. Great job.
Doctors' house calls no longer are a thing of the past. A new app that is released does just that. The app called Heal is available for Android and Apple devices and eliminates the hassle of the waiting room when wanting to see a doctor. By simply requesting on the app, you can connect with a licensed physician who is available to come to your door within the hour. The doctors are available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and they accept all select insurance, but if not, there is a $99 flat fee. The app is currently available to users in Los Angeles, Orange County, San Francisco, and throughout the Silicon Valley. Also, there is expansion in the works.
So, Addie, I'm sorry to steer it back to Halloween again, but I just have to ask, are you going to go to any haunted houses this weekend? What are you thinking?
I'm not quite sure. I'm a little bit chicken. You went to Knott's Berry Farm, right?
I did, Knott's Scary Farm. It was a great time, but you're not going to go to anything?
I don't know. Well, reporter Simone Buteau is actually at 17th Door right now, so let's see what she has to say, and I'll make a decision.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at the Marketplace in Tustin, right outside of the 17th Door, which is the top-rated haunted attraction in all of Orange County. Now, as I was getting ready for my live shot, I actually ran into the co-owner and founder, Heather Luther. Now, Heather, I understand that you started this last year with your husband, and it's taken on viral popularity. Now, can you tell me a little bit more about how it got started and what you can expect?
Yeah, we started last year. We were here at the Marketplace. Last year, we're here in the same location this year. Kind of been wanting to do a haunted house for many years, so we kind of just decided in 2014, let's go for it. We had a lot of success last year. It's an extreme haunted house with mature themes, really designed for ages 16 and up. You have to sign a waiver. It's very storyline based, so something unique and different from most of the haunted attractions in the area.
Yeah, so I noticed that the storyline for this year is actually based on a year in college. Can you tell me a little bit more about the structure of the entire haunted house?
Yeah, as I mentioned, storyline, it is about a girl in college and kind of about her inner demons that come back to haunt her last year was freshman year, this is her sophomore year in college, so we introduced a lot more characters this year, and it's a continuation from last year's story. It's a timed experience, so you go through as a group, and you are locked in each room for a certain amount of time. It takes about 34 to 35 minutes to get from start to finish. It's very interactive, kind of like not a typical walkthrough maze. It's more of like an experience.
That's awesome. Now, I did read the waiver, and I noticed that some of the things you can expect are touching and licking, and as well as insects and arachnids. Is this all of that and more?
All of it and more, yes. Some electrical shocks. You can get wet. The actors do touch you. I know a lot of people have trouble with that, but we're not here to hurt anybody. Yeah. It's really just to be more interactive, and it's designed to be fun, although it is an intense experience.
Well, there you have it. the year in college may hit a little bit too close to home for me, but if you are interested in getting scared this Halloween, it runs up until Halloween night from 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. for the small price of $29. Check out their online at the17thdoor.com to buy your tickets there. Reporting from the marketplace in Tustin, I'm Simone, Chapman News.
Bye.
Thanks, Simone. So, Addie, you think you can get that waiver signed anytime soon?
I'm with Simone. I can't do it. But if you're looking to shake up your Sunday, check out the inaugural Orange Rotary Rib Fest and Prime Masters Barbecue. They'll be firing up the grills this Sunday at noon and serving until 8 p.m. on the corner of Water Street and East Chapman Avenue. Tickets are $30, and all of the proceeds go to support the Orange Rotary Club and its community projects. To find more information and to purchase tickets, check out the orangeribfest.org.
And another event update, tomorrow is Corgi Beach Day. 3 times a year, SoCal Corgi Nation has a free event that welcomes everyone with or without a Corgi. There will be a meet and greet, doggy limbo contest, photo ops, and more. Plus, a special Halloween costume contest for the fall season. The first Corgi Beach Day started in 2012 with just 15 dogs and has since had over 850 Corgis in attendance from all around the U.S. Tomorrow's beach day will be at the Huntington Beach Dog Beach from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you need a break from midterms, you can make your way to the beach for some puppy love.
Oh my God, Rachel, they were so cute. Let's go.
Yeah, Addie, I don't know. Kind of a point of contention in a lot of my friendships is that I'm not the biggest fan of dogs.
Okay, well, I guess I just have to go without you. But the weather, what's it going to be like, Emily?
Rachel, I will definitely Snapchat you from Corgi Day because I fully intend on being there. However, there will be some rain this weekend at Corgi Day, and if you're actually outside of the studio right now, you're probably experiencing some drizzle as it is 72 in Orange, and we have some clouds out today. Definitely have the rain coming our way. Now, let's take a look at the greater Orange County area overall. We can check out some temperatures here, see what's going on. So 74 up in Westminster, northern Orange County, a little bit warmer. And then if we look at the coast, we have lower 70s, so cooler temperatures, best to be prepared for the beach. Bring a little sweater, and then you can go have your nice picnic watching the sunset. Now let's look at Orange County and then transition into SoCal overall here. So up in Santa Barbara, we have 67 degrees, 69 at Avalon, 74 in Oceanside, and then moving more inland, we see Palm Springs, 83 degrees, the warmest place in Southern California right now. So if you're looking for some sun, some heat, definitely head out to Palm Springs. But the rest of the area is definitely going to be looking a little bit cooler. And we actually have one thing to be aware of. So Santa Barbara at 67, like I mentioned, Avalon at 69, and those two areas are actually going to definitely be put on a risk today for a flood alert, flash floods, due to the rain that's coming through with this weather pattern. But before we look at that, let's take a look at our 5-day outlook here in Orange. So temperatures staying relatively in the same 10-degree range. We have upper 70s through the weekend, and then high 60s next week, which is great because Monday is Halloween and we can expect some sun on Halloween, which is wonderful. You can put on your costume and trick or treat and not have to worry about your candy getting wet. Now, like I mentioned, flash flood warnings. Take a look at this right here behind me. 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. we have a flash flood warning today in San Bernardino, Riverside, and Big Bear. So in those areas, we have a lot of heavy, heavy rain coming down and potential thunderstorms. So the first thing I think of when I hear thunderstorms is take care of your pets. Animals are terrified of thunder. Those loud noises really shake them up. So make sure you set them aside, prepare them for that, maybe cuddle with your dog. I know that's what I would do. And then as far as the rain goes, if you live in an area that's more sloped, you have hills leading into your backyard, probably best to line that area with sandbags so that the flash floods don't come down and hit your yard too hard. So prepare for that. And as always, if you're driving in the rain in Southern California, we know there will be traffic. So budget some extra time into your drive, maybe pack a snack just to be prepared. And everyone have a great Halloween. Stay safe, stay dry, and have lots of candy for me. And now over to Andrea at the desk with the latest in sports. Andrea?
Thanks, Emily. The Panther football team has found its stride and a student has found a deeper meaning in life. We have the highlights, the story, and more coming up on the Best Campus Sports Show.
Odds of becoming an astronaut, 1 in 13,200,000. Odds of being struck by lightning, 1 in 576,000. Odds of dating a supermodel, 1 in 88,000. Odds of bowling a perfect game, 1 in 11,500. Odds of being trapped in an elevator, 1 in 24,528. Odds of catching a ball at a major league game, 1 in 563. Odds of an injury from shaving, 1 in 6,585. Odds of tripping while texting, 1 in 10. Odds of getting cancer in your lifetime, 1 in 2 men, 1 in 3 women.
It's up to us.
To change the odds for our generation.
For the ones we love. For our future.
If you don't like the odds, stand up. Stand up to cancer.
With little or no warning and often occur while you are away from home. Be ready for emergencies by registering your alternate phone numbers, cell phones, and email addresses at alertoc.com. You will receive alerts when an emergency occurs near your workplace or neighborhood.
Hello and welcome to the Best Campus Sports Show. I'm Andrea Kern and we have quite the show for you today. After a tough road loss last week at Redlands, the Chapman football team looked to bounce back at home against the Laverne Leopards. To start off the game for the Panthers' first drive, quarterback Ricky Batista spots an opportunity and takes it, running the ball 37 yards straight to the end zone, putting the Panthers ahead 7-0. Later in the first quarter, Leopards quarterback Josh Evans tosses to Dallas Parent, who whips it across the field to Sebastian Kirchfield, who gets it stopped by our own Chris Williams at the 10-yard line. This later leads to an easy Leopard touchdown. Now in the second quarter, Batista throws the ball across the length of the field to teammate Ethan Weinstein with a touchdown, making it 20-7. Moving to the second half, Batista throws the ball again, farther still, a full 37 yards to Jacob Isabel, scoring another 6 points and bringing the Panthers closer to a win. It's the fourth quarter and the last shot for the Leopards. Zach Tomlinson goes for it, but is intercepted by Ron Washington in the end zone. Chapman wins the game 30-7. The Panthers are now 2-2 in the conference and will go to Cal Lutheran tomorrow to play the Kingsmen at 1 p.m. Let's take a look at some of the other games coming up for the Panthers. The women's soccer team takes on Claremont in their final regular season match. After that, the playoffs begin and the ladies will face off against the top-seeded Pomona Pitzer Sagehens. Then, just a day later, the men's team will participate in their first playoff game. This time, place, and opponent are all yet to be determined. Chapman student Zachariah Zeiger has been taking a semester off from school. As a surfer, he knows firsthand how one bad wave can put your life on hold. Reporter Nikki Lawrenson gives us a glimpse into his miraculous comeback story.
It sounds so cheesy, right? But it was like any other morning. Like I knew there was swell in the water. Got my wetsuit on, rode a few waves and was having a great time. It's unpredictable. You could feel like you're in the right place at the right time, but actually you could be incredibly in the wrong. I got to the bottom, and for whatever reason, at the last second, it did this funny pitch. I hit the bottom, and when I came up, I knew I was in trouble. I literally couldn't move my body. They told me that I broke my spine, and my T12 vertebrae was broken in half. So 2 days later, they put me into surgery. The doctors told me going into surgery that there's a chance that I may never walk again and use my lower half. And so I'm thinking, like, I want to be a daddy one day and I want to be able to surf again and teach my kids how to do this. And I don't know if I'm going to ever do that again. But if I didn't wear my wetsuit, my spine would have detached fully and it would have mangled my insides. The doctors had me stand up the day after I got out of surgery, and I stood up and I walked, and that's not normal. The story's meaningless. I'm just some kid who survived a surgery. I'm just some kid who survived a surf accident. If it wasn't for the name of Jesus, if it wasn't for the God of the universe that heard the cries of thousands of people, both that were at this beach when it happened and were both in their house. And so I can walk. I'm here now in a wheelchair. I'm not paralyzed. I'm so thankful for everyone.
Thanks, Nikki, for the great story. That's everything in Chapman sports. Let's see what's going on with Molly Casey in entertainment. Molly?
Coming up in entertainment, Hollywood's elite are rocking the vote. Plus, one superhero family is soaring back to the big screen. Stay tuned. I'm Molly Casey. You're watching Chapman News.
Stand up for what's right. Chapman University. Passion, perseverance, teamwork, integrity. Create value in the world. The School of Law at Chapman University. Lead. Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Chemistry, physics, computational science, biology. Start doing research in your first year. Soar to new heights. The Schmidt College of Science at Chapman University. Explore.
It's me last time. Welcome back to the show. You know, Rachel, this fall is really exciting. We have Halloween coming up and then the election. But what I'm super excited about is carpool karaoke.
Oh, I know. I love James Corden and carpool karaoke. We've got all of that and many more stories over in the Entertainment Center with Molly Casey. What's up, Molly? Thanks, ladies. We are 12 days away from the presidential election, and along the campaign trail, some of the biggest stars have been showing their stripes. Celebs like Kelly Clarkson, Sarah Bareilles, and Katy Perry have already voted, encouraging others to hashtag rock the vote through their social media. Jay-Z headlined a concert in Cleveland, and to show his support for Hillary Clinton, he showed his support for Hillary Clinton. Adele endorsed Clinton, and she can't even vote because she's a British citizen. She showed her support for Clinton and gave her a shout out at her Miami concert, where Clinton was in the audience for her birthday. She said a lot more than just hello.
Don't vote for him, that's what I'm saying. I support Hillary Clinton 100%. 100%.
Don't forget, take it from these A-list stars, no matter who you choose, get out there and vote. Disney fans, I've got some incredible news for you. The release date for the second installment of The Incredibles movie was announced by Disney on Wednesday as June 15th, 2018. This comes nearly 14 years after the release of the first movie. So far, details of The Incredibles 2 are being kept secret, and an official trailer is yet to be seen. But not everyone is excited. Toy Story 4 had originally been set to be released in 2018, but now fans of the movie series will have to wait until June 2019 to see the new film. In honor of the release of Lady Gaga's latest album called Joanne, what better way to celebrate than singing some carpool karaoke with James Corden? The two belted out some of Gaga's newest hits on CBS's The Late Late Show. Corden sported some of Gaga's best outfits over the years, while the duo talked Gaga's Super Bowl performance and sang some of her classics. Here's a look.
Dave. I want your love and I want your revenge. You and me could write a fair romance. Caught in a bad romance.
Of course, Halloween is just around the corner, but good grief, we cannot believe that yesterday marked the 50th anniversary of the It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. The animated tale first aired October 27th, 1960. And the Peanuts gang gets ready for Halloween while Linus awaits the arrival of the Great Pumpkin. If you haven't seen it, you are in luck. It will air tonight on ABC at 8 p.m. That's your very latest in entertainment from the Entertainment Center. We wish you all a very happy Halloween. I'm Molly Casey. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Molly. Log on to our website on chapmannews.tv to see all of our episodes, news bios, and top headlines.
Also, make sure you follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Chapman News, Twitter and Instagram at Chapman News, and YouTube at youtube.com/Chapman News.
Thanks everyone for tuning into Chapman News. We'd like to wish our director, Robert Rosenthal, a happy birthday.
Have a safe Halloween weekend, everyone. I'm Rachel Cohen.
And I'm Addie Bradley. We'll see you next week.